Hi, and welcome back to another video. And today we'll be once again talking about the New York City mayor election. And we're at long last, finally, Andrew Cuomo has jumped into the race as of 2 days ago. He uploaded to Twitter this 17 or 18 minute long, I think it was 17-minute long announcement video. Yes, I did watch the whole thing. Yes, I've been excited to make a video on this. And yes, I'm very excited. Andrew Cuomo's candidacy is now official, as we've known for months now that Andrew Cuomo was going to enter this race, was going to drop into this race. And we didn't know exactly when. It felt like he was really kind of close here since the primary is June. So now Cuomo has about 3 months of campaigning to do as compared to all the other candidates who have so much more. But I think it's just Cuomo kind of, waiting. He waited for the legal stuff to clear. He waited to see if Hochul was going to remove Adams or what was going to happen. And after everything was confirmed, right after the legal stuff for Adams ended, after Hochul confirmed that she wasn't going to remove Eric Adams as mayor, that is when Cuomo comes in, and it was even confirmed on the Wikipedia page that Cuomo was going to jump in on March of 2025. In the first couple hours of, not even the first 12 hours of March, on March 1st, 2025, Andrew Cuomo makes his campaign official, and he's officially running for mayor. He is the former governor of New York, as I've mentioned before. He was forced to resign in 2021 after scandals of sexual misconduct, and he's been out of the political spotlight for so long now. It's been about 4 years since he's ever, been in the political spotlight, and now he's throwing his hat in the ring for the mayor election, and he will most likely get it. Andrew Cuomo will most likely become the next mayor of New York City. And why's that? Well, every single poll he's in, he's led every single Democrat in every poll. All that he is ahead by 15 to 20 points in every poll. You have Adams at 10%, usually at second place or third place. And there are so many other Democrat candidates in here that are looking to take Eric Adams' job. And Eric Adams is most likely guaranteed to lose that job, either to Andrew Cuomo or to some other Democratic opponent in the primary. But I believe, as of this moment, Cuomo is the favorite to win the primary and probably the general election too. Andrew Cuomo is set up so good here. He's been leading in all the primary polls, and we have not gotten any, we haven't gotten any general election polls for, because we don't know who the Republican nominee is going to be. It's still unclear. We're still waiting for some polls on that. But other than that, Cuomo leads the Democratic primary. So I think if Cuomo leads the Democratic primary, if he wins and he's the nominee, he's pretty much set up for the general. It's pretty hard to win in New York City as Republican. So and with this Trump midterm, most likely it won't be that hard to win as a Democrat in the, blue stronghold of New York City here. So I think Andrew Cuomo is going to do really well here. Read a little bit of this article for you guys. For months, the race for mayor of New York City felt stuck in suspended animation. No more. The contest burst into motion on Sunday as a new frontrunner, former Governor Andrew M. Cuomo, began a comeback campaign in Lower Manhattan. And Mayor Eric Adams and several fellow Democrats fanned out across the city to try to stop him. Now, this, I think, is very interesting because Cuomo, right, he was this former governor, and I think lots of Democrats understand how much of a danger Cuomo is to their candidacy, and how many Democrats in New York alone loved Cuomo. Of course, that's before the scandals, but there's a lot out there that believe he was treated unfairly, and they want him back. Kind of like what Republicans felt for Trump. It could happen the same with Cuomo, and I guarantee you there's a lot of people out there that have sympathy for Cuomo, and they want him back. And even if it's not in the governor's mansion, they'll take anybody over Eric Adams, which includes Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo has a lot of name recognition, not just because his father was governor, but because Cuomo was governor, and his former lieutenant governor is now the governor of the state. If he receives an endorsement from Hochul, that pretty much seals the race for him, especially if he guarantees or confirms to Hochul that he will not run for governor next year and challenge her. I think there could be some sort of deal made, but still, we're very early in this. We have 3 months to the primary, and it's just only a matter of time of anything happening. I'll read a little more here. Fresh off announcing his candidacy, Mr. Cuomo, 67, reintroduced himself to fellow New Yorkers. Thinner and grayer after 3 years in the political wilderness, he presented himself to a crowd of family and loyal supporters as a battle-tested executive ready to reassert control over a city in chaos while keeping an eye toward the national stage. Quote, at this time when the nation is searching for its soul, when it's divided as never before, and when it's questioning our democratic values, it's questioning the very role of government, it's questioning the balance of power, Mr. Cuomo said. New York must show the way forward and remind this country who we are at our best. After collecting endorsements from the carpenters and painters unions, the former governor wasted little time sharpening lines of attack, accusing his rivals of adopting stances too far left on crime, homelessness, and Israel. I think this is also very interesting because we also have Cuomo here trying to shift a little to the right, but not to the average day of modern republicanism. But we have Eric Adams trying to be a centrist here, trying to be moderate, so that he gets the approval from the Democrats and maybe even Republicans who may vote for him. But I doubt that. Cuomo has a very low approval rating with the Republicans, as he's a Democrat, he's a former governor, and he's not very liked with Republicans. But still, I think he is probably the favorite to not just win the primary, but to win this mayor general election. Still, we have a long way to go. We have 8 months until the general election. We have 3 months until the primary, and it's only a matter of time to see what happens then. And it's going to be very interesting because as of now, he is now, look at that, he is an official confirmed candidate. Governor of New York, Attorney General, Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, and yeah, declared his candidacy March 5th, 2025. Look at all these other candidates. July 30th, 2024, November 24th, 2024, October 22nd, 2024, May 8th, 2024, September 2024, January 2024, November 2024. So some of these people have already been in the race for either a year or over 6 months. Cuomo just entering, he has a short amount of time to do, and I think that helps him. It gives him less of a time to screw something up on the campaign trail, and he's able to identify himself or try to change his image in a very short amount of time, where in that short amount of time, it gives him less of an opportunity to screw things up in the campaign trail, while these people like Brad Lander announced his candidacy in July 2024, Zoran announced his candidacy in October 2024, Myrie, May 2024, Jessica Ramos, September 2024, Scott Stringer, January 2024, Tilson, November 2024. So all these people, other than Cuomo and Eric Adams, because we don't know, it's not included when he announced his candidacy, but all these people, other than Cuomo, right, they announced their candidacy super early. Very early, like even over a year ago. Stringer has been in this campaign for over a year. Now, you may argue that it's not, maybe, yes, is it unnecessary to announce your candidacy a year before, almost 2 years before the election is supposed to take place? Yes, I do think that's a little ridiculous, but you are allowed to announce your candidacy whenever you want. It gives you a lot of time to prepare on what you are going to do. But I really think Cuomo made the smart decision here by waiting for all this stuff to unravel, the legal challenges to Adams, Hochul removing him or not. He waited for all of it for months. I mean, it was already confirmed that he was going to run, but he wasn't a candidacy until all this stuff figured itself out. And it wasn't until later where the Wikipedia announced that Cuomo would be launching his campaign in March of 2025. And indeed, he did in the first 12 hours of March. On March 1st, 2025, Cuomo announcing his campaign. And here we are. We now have Cuomo as an official candidacy for mayor of New York City of the 2025 election. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Cuomo, if he's able to hold up his lead. Time is definitely on his side. I'd say that all these others, they are going to have to do some serious work now that Cuomo has entered the race. I think them immediately jumping to criticize him or to attack him, obviously, it just shows how much of a challenger Cuomo is going to be for these people. But for these other candidates, we have some others. We have filed paperwork at Andrea Adams, Speaker of New York City Council. So it's probably going to be running. Expressed interest, Jamal Bowman, Alex Glenn. So I think with the Wikipedia reading these candidates, I think we're pretty much done here on the Democratic side. Endorsements, Eric Adams. So Eric Adams has got one endorsement. Look at all the endorsements for Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo, Richie Torres. He is a possible challenger for Kathy Hochul, the 2026 Democratic New York governor primary elect. I'm sorry, I don't know why that slipped my mind. Carl McCall, former New York comptroller, 1993 to 2002, state legislators, labor unions, organizations. So Cuomo already has so much endorsements, and probably by now has the most endorsed. All these organizations: State and Island Democratic Party, Village Reform Democratic Club, Italian American Democratic Leadership Council. So you are seeing all these Democratic PACs, these organizations, and these politicians excited to see Cuomo back in the political spotlight, ready to get behind him, ready to endorse him, and ready to vote for him in the June primary. Now, we also do have some endorsements for Brand Landner, organizations being the Broadway Democrats of New York, Independent Neighborhood Democrats of New York, Central Book Independent Democratic Club of New York, Three Park Democratic Club of New York, Upper West Side Action Group, Village Independent Democrats of New York, and state legislators. So I think when it comes down to the primary, yes, Eric Adams is set to lose. Andrew Cuomo will probably win, but it looks like Brand Landner may be a serious competitor. And I have seen him either in third or second when it comes to these polls, wherever it puts, Eric Adams. So you could look at that how you want. But yeah, he has also picked up a bunch of endorsements compared to the other people, like for Zoran. He has labor unions, organizations. Myrie has just some U.S. representative individuals. So I think the ones to look out here for, other than the current mayor, who has probably the least endorsements for how critical he is by other people. But we also have Andrew Cuomo having the most endorsements, and then Brand Landner looking like he has the second most endorsements. So this primary could come down to be competitive between Andrew Cuomo and Brand Landner. However, it will be very interesting to see how Eric Adams goes as the incumbent mayor, seeking to once again be elected as the Democratic nominee. But he is probably set to lose, as he's been polling around 6% or 10% in these polls. And Cuomo has been getting 25, 33% for some of these polls I'm seeing. If there was another poll, I would be making a video on it. But yeah, Andrew Cuomo is now in this race to defeat Eric Adams. And we will see if he does it. He is pretty much set. He's pretty much set to already do it. And the momentum is certainly on his side. All these endorsements that are coming his way, especially with how all his opponents are reacting to this. And we have 3 months of campaign to go, 3 months to see what happens. And politics, it's only a matter of time if something happens, something interesting. We saw it in the 2024 presidential campaign. We're going to see it in these 2025 governor races, and we are going to see it in the 2025 New York City mayor elections. So it's certainly going to be interesting to watch. I'll be making videos on any updates that happens with Cuomo, with Adams, with any of these candidates. So make sure to watch out for those, and we will see what happens. We have 3 months to go to the primary. We have about we have like half a year till we get to the general election. So we will see what's going to happen. But anyways, that is the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.